Yeah, so I mean, it's always cool coming back. Just because, yeah, man, I went to school here for 3 years. I still know a lot of people here, so yeah, it's always cool just to walk down the halls that you used to walk down, and I have no idea I'd be in the position I am today. Obviously, very fortunate to be able to do this, and yeah, it's cool.
I think it's just kind of like nostalgic, especially the gym. Like me and Chad both said, and when they were asking questions, we both pretty much fell in love with basketball first. So basketball's always been close to my heart, and I've loved it. And I have a lot of good memories in this gym. So, and it was cool just seeing the school and how it's changed over time.
Yeah, so obviously first season post TJ, first healthy off season post TJ. I feel good. Yeah, so it's been a little different. Probably didn't take as much time off throwing as I normally do, but elbow feels great. And yeah, we're in the middle of the bullpen progression, so but yeah, arm feels great. So I think we're in a good spot right now.
Coming off Tommy John surgery, what's the obstacle getting your arm back into shape compared to a year ago? You haven't thrown over a year.
Yeah, so I think it's not necessarily getting back into shape. It's like keeping it in shape. Is kind of just talking to past people who've been through the surgery in that first off season. It's trying not to take too much time off. So that was kind of the whole point of just kind of keep throwing, essentially. So yeah, so that was kind of like my idea going into the off season, is not to take a lot of time off, so I'd have to get back into shape. Is just try to stay in shape. Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to be very competitive. So I mean, that's all you can ask for. So I enjoyed my time there last September. It's a first-class organization. They treat families well. They treat players well. So by just, I mean, they're redoing the Rogers Center right now. So it's going to be state of the art. So. Yeah, it's a great place to be. So, I know, right? It's just different. I mean, it's just different. It's not like any other city here. I think it's just, yeah, fans are passionate. It's just a low-key great city. So yeah, I mean, I haven't spent a ton of time there, obviously, but we're looking forward to getting the city more.
So best teammate you've been a part of so far with the Jays, but also. Best, not just teammate, but just a good person in general.
Yeah, so actually, I got become pretty good friends with Trevor Richards, who went to Breeze Mater Day. So we kind of have that like connection like with the area. He lives in Aviston right now, so yeah, that connection's kind of cool.
As far as a dream matchup, who would you like to face as far as a batter and you pitching?
It'd probably just be. It wouldn't be any of like the superstars. It would just have to be somebody that like either I played in college with or somebody that I maybe grew up with or something like that. But it'd probably have to be one of my Louisville teammates or something like that. I think that would be kind of a full circle moment, not necessarily the superstars and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, that was a weird day. I mean, probably one of the more memorable days of my big league career because it was a doubleheader. I threw the first game of that doubleheader, and I was pitching the second game of the doubleheader, and that was my third inning that game, and it was to close out the game, which was like the seventh inning that year because for doubleheaders that year it was 2 7-inning games. So it was my first time ever pitching in 2 games of a doubleheader, and I was going out for my third inning the second game. And it all kind of happened really fast, honestly. Like obviously, immaculate innings happen fast. They're nine pitches, but I was closing the game. It was a tight game against the Mets. A lot of people there, so it's like, honestly, I didn't realize it until I got back into the clubhouse and somebody's like, "Hey, you threw an immaculate inning." So I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." So, but looking back, I didn't execute that many pitches, which was like I left the breaking balls up, so it wasn't like a pretty immaculate inning, I should say. But I guess I executed enough to get it done.
Well, Chad Green does come out and deals a strike to Conforto. The 0-1, Conforto, it's a fly ball foul, third base side.
And a called strike 3. Green gets Conforto on 3 pitches. McNeil, a notorious first pitch swinger, as he does here, lifting a fly ball the other way. Locastro will watch it drift into the stands.
It'll be an 0-2 to McNeil, and Green deals. Caught on a miss, breaking ball. Another strikeout for Green, who has been perfect. Not good. He's been perfect. He's faced 8. He's retired 8.
How about Chad Green? Man, he has been outstanding. 5 strikeouts in 2 2/3 of perfect relief tonight. Jonathan Villar, the last chance. He struck out twice this evening.
Green, who deals. Caught on a miss. Do it by him. 95. Up. In. And the count 0-2.
And that'll do it. What an outing by Chad Green. Strikes out the side in the 7th. 6 strikeouts in 3 perfect innings of relief.
Hey, Chad, did you realize that was an immaculate inning that you struck out the side on 9 pitches there?
No, I didn't. Actually, I think somebody mentioned it to me. I think Lucas mentioned it to me right after the game. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. I thought I threw 4 pitches to one guy, but yeah, I mean, if it is, that's pretty cool. So,
As far as your goals for the season, now that you're 100% healthy, what are your goals and how do you feel like you can achieve that?
yeah, so goals. I mean, I'm just honestly just want to stay healthy and just be available. Because I think if I'm available, I think that's like the numbers and all that stuff will kind of take care of itself. And obviously, as a reliever, you can only impact the game so much. So, I mean, as long as I can do my job of getting 3 outs, 6 outs, whatever that may be, that sets the team up to hit those goals. So, my first goal is to be healthy. I mean, I haven't pitched in the full season now, I guess, in 2 years. So, that's my main goal, and kind of let the rest take care of itself. I mean, obviously played with Curran. So also him being the head coach now, I try to keep up as much as I can. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously a pretty special year. It seemed like they had a great pitching staff and a good offense. So it was definitely fun to watch, and yeah, they were great. So.
You've come a long way in your career. From when you started to where you're at now, how do you feel like the game of baseball has changed?
I mean, I feel like it's done nothing but change. First off, the players are better. The younger players are better. And you get into all the rule changes. The list goes on and on with the rule changes. So that was the big adjustment. But now it's just the information that's available. That's the biggest thing. It's now, like, if you have a weakness, somebody will exploit it. So trying to make sure that you're all patched up and try to fill those weaknesses, but also pitch to your strengths as well. So that's probably the hardest part. First day is the 15th, I believe, so of February. So we're heading down like early February, like the 5th or 6th. So
The process of being a free agent compared to actually being a part of a team, what's the process like, and how have you kind of realized kind of this is how it is?
Nerve-wracking. That's the one word I would use. It's just, you never know when that opportunity is going to come, and you never know when, you're going to have to make the most of it. But I think just being a professional about it and going about it a certain way, and always making sure that you're staying on top of your workouts and doing things like you're going to go to a team and you're part of a team already, that's one way to just kind of keep yourself locked in to possibly signing with a team at any given moment. Me and Chad actually have the same agent, so he's always doing his part to try and get me a job, so that's how that works.
Derek Broniker is, of course, you and Chad's agent, but what's it like to have him as your agent, Effingham County guy, and you two are Effingham guys as well?
It's nice, man. I mean, I've known Derek since I was a kid, so I remember when he played. So, I mean, it's cool to have him as my agent, and I know he's always got my back no matter what. So it's just nice to have somebody that's close to home be representing you. So I played winter ball in Mexico. What was that, last season? Last winter? Yeah, that was last winter. I loved it. It was awesome. It's a cool experience playing down there because their fans are super passionate about the game, and I love it. That's part of how I play the game is passionately, so I just loved it down there. What all did I pitch last season? Last year I pitched in Independent League in Cleburne, Texas. I work out every single day besides Sunday, so yeah, Sunday's my off day, and then Wednesday I do yoga, so if that counts. But yeah, I work out every day. I throw every day. I throw bullpens twice a week. Training, I haven't stopped training or anything. So I feel like the misconception is when you're a free agent that you kind of are doing nothing. But trust me, I'm doing a lot. It means a lot, you know. Effingham was my home for the longest time. So growing up here was awesome. And, you know, I respect the town and I love being from here. So.
Yeah, living in Texas compared to living here, what's the difference like, and do you enjoy it more?
Tough question. I love Texas. I loved living there. It's just a different way of living, let's say that. But I do love Texas personally, but me and my wife actually just moved to St. Louis. So I will now be living in St. Louis. So I'm trying to be closer to home, visit with family and stuff. I've missed it over the years, and I know she's missed it, so it's time to move closer.
See the game. And unfortunately, that just gets slowed down a little bit.
Strikeout for Gardewine, 2 away.
He stayed in. He ended up actually scoring later.
Springer hitless in 2 tries. They didn't come after him a little bit more. Gardewine's 1-2. Strike 3 called. Oh, Nick Gardewine. Nice work in the 8th inning. A couple of strikeouts. Struck him out swinging. Gardewine gets 3 strikeouts. 2-2, and he swings and misses.
Yeah, I don't know at this time, like, what teams would be interested in me. I just sent out a couple of videos recently to Derek, so, you know, the process of that is a little slow at times and can be quick at times. It just depends on how it goes. But, yeah, if teams in the U.S. wouldn't want me, I would try to go probably to Mexico or Japan. So we'll see.
I think it's so good for our kids to get an opportunity to hear, you know, from Chad and from Nick, and to see that, you know, they were sat in the same places they sat, and that now they know where they're at, and they can do the same thing if they, you know, those opportunities are there because those kids help these kids to dream that they can go on and achieve things. When you see somebody else that has made it, it lets you know you can do it too.